Thanks for meeting me here today.
Yeah, no problem.
So, I've compiled a list of questions, a short list, for someone of the stoner subculture. You're a stoner, correct?
Correct.
All right, would you mind answering these questions for me?
Don't mind at all.
Thank you. So, question number one. When were you introduced to the stoner subculture and where?
I'd probably say around late February, maybe mid-February. I went to a buddy's house, wasn't having the best day, you know. So we come out to the back porch. He said he wanted to talk to me, and he just kind of pulled it out of his pocket, and he just kind of asked if I wanted to try it. And I was a little skeptical at first, being that it's just now recently become legal for the majority, you know, and especially Oregon, Washington, examples, you know. So it was interesting to try it first, but I definitely don't regret it, and yeah.
All right. Question number two. How long have you been actively involved in this subculture? And by actively, I mean like daily, just hammering into it.
Oh, like actually really like embrace myself into said culture.
Yes.
Oh, when did I really get myself embraced? It was got to be around like maybe 4 or 5 months ago, probably, is when I really started embracing myself as a stoner and going out and just doing it daily with just the people who I hang out with.
Nice. Question number three. Do you agree with these three conceptions that I'm about to ask? Well, tell you that stoners are very chill, they eat well, and that they stick together?
That's very dependent on the person. It affects everybody a little differently. So when, like for example, when I decide to smoke and when I go out with my friends, usually we're in a really relaxed environment, or depending on if we have an event going on, then maybe we'll be a little bit more upbeat because we excited, we pumped up. So then it'll be a little less relaxed. So it really just depends on what the day brings us, and yeah, and then yeah, we eat pretty well. Get something called munchies, and kind of.
I see. I like the little visual aid there.
Oh, it's gone, and I'm really sad about it. But yes, we do eat very well, and we do stick together in the stoners culture because not a lot of people look on it highly, even though we don't, do necessarily anything bad. I mean, the choices of whether the things you do, good or bad, doesn't affect you like alcohol does. It's not going to affect your judgment, but you are in an altered state. But I would say that we do generally stick together because it is kind of awkward sometimes when somebody knows that you're under the influence and you are hanging out with them. It's kind of like hanging around with a drunk person, and when you're sober, it's not the funnest thing because you're kind of not there. So, yeah.
I see. Now, question number four. Do you plan on leaving this subculture at any time in the near future?
I do not. I'm actually really enjoying myself, and I'm not doing anything bad in the process of keeping out of trouble. So.
Nice. Now, the final question. What is your insider view on this subculture of being a stoner?
Insider subculture. It's different. It's not what you'd expect. It's you see the movies of like the stoners and stuff, and how they're always like, dude, oh my god, it's just, and they literally act like they're kind of stupid. They have no idea what's going on. Now, I'm sure there are points that you can get to that if you really go hard for it, like that day, and just go ham. But for the most part, I would say that we're not really doesn't really affect you that much. We're pretty cool. We're chill. We're okay with a lot of things. It makes you okay with a lot of stuff. So there's really no judgments at all in this culture at all. Everybody's pretty much cool with everybody. Everybody wants just to hang out and smoke and have a good time, basically.
Nice. Sounds interesting. Thank you for answering these questions.
Oh, no problem, man.
All right.